Yo, yo. Oh,
What's popping, people?
Let's go my images. Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening? Our image
Everything
wasn't
all
there.
right?
Our image wasn't there for a quick second, but I was like,
Oh,
wait,
really?
what? But it just took a little minute to load up.
Yeah, I just saw it. That's funny.
It took a little bit to load up there. I don't know why.
And we're back at it.
Mm-hmm. What up? What up? Beep, 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 beep. I'm gonna do air
All right,
horn.
who we got in the chat here?
It's just pants.
Okay. Someone said I'm glowing today. Wow, y'all are too nice.
I feel really low. Like.
Yeah, you look low.
Yeah, it's because we swapped chairs today. Zellen's day to have the other chair. So
honestly, at this point, like, just buy it. This guy sits in a kitchen chair, like, as we do everything that we do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, it's a sacrifice.
Like, at this point, I think you can. This chair I found on Kogan, $60. Actually, it was $45. My guy's been sitting in a kitchen chair for like a year doing this podcast.
It happens, you know. I wonder what's the womp 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 womp. No, that's the wrong one. No, that's the wrong one. That one.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point it's on you. You know, I think you only got yourself to blame that you're sitting in a kitchen chair.
Yeah, probably. It's all good though.
IKEA, bro. This is what IKEA is for. All right, want to give a big shout out to everyone in the chat. What's up, Chase, Billy? Billy says, unfortunately, chilling in the ER with my 4-month-old, but got time to kill. Bro, I'm so sorry to hear that, Billy. I really, really hope that he's all right, that everything's okay. Sending love your way to your family. That is unfortunate. Hopefully, we can bring some life to the stream for you. Chase says, I'm sorry to hear that. Yep, everyone's bringing some support. What's up, Gator? What's up, Virginia? Hello. Ahmad. Yeah, you know what time it is, my guy.
Hello. Hello.
Honestly, what is wrong with Badaki? I don't know. I mean, at this point, sitting in a kitchen chair, you got to value your back, my guy. You got to, in Dynasty, you have to value those who have a long contract. Your back's contract, it's not sure where it's going to be.
You know who doesn't have a contract?
Who?
Zach Wilson is mental.
Zach Wilson is yet to sign his contract. All right, there's 20 people watching the stream right now, okay? We're going to ask, can you show us some love? Can you drop a like on this live stream right now? Mm-hmm. Shout out to everyone who's watching on Twitch. All right, shout out to Biggie Moores on Twitch. Shout out to Bricks the Foundation on Twitch. Joel said his ass is in lockdown right now. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Let's see if we can hit 30 likes on the live stream today. We've done it before. It's really difficult to do, but I think with your help, we can probably get there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed.
That's right.
Dan Ross. I don't think we've had you on the live stream yet, have we? Have we had a
No,
Dan Ross?
I haven't. There's a lot of Dans and there's a lot of Rosses in the world, but I don't think we had this one specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Dan Ross. What do you guys value Henry Ruggs at Dynasty? It's a great
Yeah,
question.
it's a good question.
Um,
I think let's answer that once we get this mock draft started. Well,
okay.
we will answer your question. We just want to make sure we get it started here for the people. What's up, Lakers? And what's up, Kendall? Thanks everybody for joining. Okay, so here's how it works. You guys know how this works, okay? We're gonna drop the link to join the mock draft that we're gonna do today in our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I want to preface this. I know yesterday we had a little situation where someone was unfortunately kicked. I want to be very clear that we didn't intend for anyone to get kicked. Okay, it just happens with this app. It's not something that we can control. So if someone does get kicked today, we will do our absolute best to put them back in the draft. That might mean that if they get kicked and someone else gets put in, that we have to kick someone else. If that makes sense. So, we're doing our best to kind of accommodate everyone because we know everyone wants to be a part of these, right? And we just want you guys to have every opportunity to be a part of them. So it definitely like makes us sad for you if you're not able to be in them. So just know that if someone does get kicked, we will try our best to kick someone out in order to
That's
have
correct.
that happen. I don't even know if that's even a possibility, but
We're gonna
just
find
know
out
that if
today.
you get kicked, then I'm sorry, it's not personal at all.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a PPR 12-man redraft mock draft today. Okay, it's a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and then we got 6 bench spots. All that really is left to do is to drop the link. So you guys let us know in the chat. Should we be dropping that link? What do y'all think? I mean, we can talk about some more stuff. We can talk about the Aaron Rodgers drama.
I need to still watch that. I
Did you
woke
watch
up,
the press conference yet?
bro. I woke up so late. I was so exhausted.
I feel like it's the most transparent I've seen anyone in a situation like he's in.
Did he just say, "Hey, the Packers are shit, but I'm still here and I'm gonna prove myself"? Type vibe, or
I mean, he didn't say the Packers were shit. It was actually like very like you know how Aaron Rodgers speaks very properly and not like us. All right, guys, I'm going to drop the link right now. So I'm going to give you a countdown. Now you have to realize that the stream is a little bit behind. Big shout out to Chase, who's on Twitch. Biggie Moore's on Twitch, wants us to talk about Aaron Rodgers. So we will do that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and drop this link, okay? Here we go. I'm going to give you a countdown in 3. It's a little bit delayed. 2, 1. Okay. Let's see. We can probably switch to the other screen now, Badaki.
Okay.
We got
a couple people already in here.
One person.
Chase, Killer, TD,
2 people in. 3 people, 4 people. There's 3 spots left. 1 spot left, and we are full, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I'm gonna take a little screenshot of this. Again, I want to tell people if you get kicked, I'm so sorry. There's nothing we can do about it. We don't want that to happen. We don't want to kick anyone. If you do get kicked, we want to send our apologies in advance. Okay. But like we said, this is a 12-man PPR redraft mock draft. If you're watching and you're like, how the heck did these people get this link? They are a part of our Discord. Okay. If you want to join our Discord, super easy. There's a link in the description, solo.to/fantasylandfootball. If you go to that link, you'll be able to join our Discord. It's also on our Twitch, on our page and our about. You can find that. So, Cowboy in the chat says, breaking news per Jalen Hurts. It's time to see how much houses cost in Washington. You guys
this
are trolls.
guy.
All right, let's go ahead and get this started, eh?
Let's get it started, eh? Canada, eh?
Let's get it started, eh? Here we go.
Anyone from
1,
Canada?
2, 3. Hopefully no one got kicked. Please tell me no one got kicked.
Well, look at your screenshot or look at your photo.
I'm looking at it. Arnav's in. Cole's in. Vulture's in. DSH is in. Turn off Flakes is in. The King is in. You and I are in. Cannon. All right. It looks like everyone's here.
Wow.
Love that. All right. So no one got kicked today.
We're back to back today as well.
What?
We got back to back today as well.
Oh, yes, we did. The 1.9 and the 1.10.
Oh, yeah, that's
wow. That was the fastest quick. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I need to change this to 60 seconds. Sorry about that. 60 seconds on the clock. All right, let's get started here.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey is the first off the board. I don't think that should surprise anybody. But let's actually address Dan's question. He said, "What do you guys value Henry Ruggs in Dynasty?" So for me in Dynasty, he's one of the guys I'm looking to target later on. I do still think that there's a lot of value. It's funny how all of this year's, first round picks and second round picks and third round picks are getting drafted over Henry Ruggs, who was last year's first overall wide receiver off the board. I will say, obviously, I don't have him ranked as high as other people, but he's currently my wide receiver 42 in Dynasty. How about you, Badaki?
Yeah, look, I'm not hugely high on him. I actually have him as 42 as well. That's not somebody I am targeting. I do think that I think he gets lost in it again. I don't think he's going to have tremendous value. That's not somebody I'm targeting. Maybe if it's a very late round, dart, maybe if Henry Ruggs is there, I'm happy to take him, but I'm not somebody that is looking for him in drafts going into the season. I could be wrong, but there's so many other people I'm a lot more interested in that looking at my rankings here, I need to switch. I see Darnell Mooney lower than him, Amon-Ra St. Brown lower than him, that I think I would take over Henry Ruggs. So I'm not a huge fan of Henry Ruggs in Dynasty for me.
Okay. So someone did get kicked. I'm sorry, guys. It was Cannon. Cannon 15 got kicked. If you're on the stream, I'm so sorry, dude. It happens, and we don't know why it happens. We'll hit up Sleeper actually. We can DM them on Twitter. We've had some conversations back and forth with him. I'm sorry that happened. But
GG's. Sorry,
thank
bro.
you for coming. Hopefully you still enjoy the stream. Daniel's hyped about getting CMC. Cowboy says, Gator fan, if you didn't pick a slot, then you aren't in. If you can't join, you can join the draft, but that doesn't mean you're in a slot. Yeah, that is true. All right.
Right.
So I'm on the board now at the 1.9, and I see Jonathan Taylor's gone, Zeke's gone, Chubb's gone, and there's Saquon Barkley. It's such a mental part for me. I just don't know if I can pull the trigger. So I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I'm going to get Devontae Adams here at the 1.9.
Oh, man.
It's not a strategy I would typically do. You're saying, oh, man, because that's what you wanted?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Okay.
do.
I typically never take a wide receiver in the first round, but I think the Jonathan Taylor, Zeke, and Chubb are the guys I really want. Now, I want to clarify on Saquon Barkley. I am more worried than Badaki is, okay? I do think that they're going to pace his involvement in this offense for the first, let's say 3 to 5 weeks. I don't think he's going to have a workhorse load. I could be very wrong on that. And Badaki could have just gotten an amazing value there at the 10 spot. But I think I'm personally trying to avoid him in the first round if I can.
Yeah, I think I find it a little bit different, and the reports come out saying that, we want to work him in slowly coming in. I think that means a lot for preseason. I mean, that means a lot for training camp. They don't want to put him in with all the first reps and have him go crazy and then get re-aggravated in training camp. Yeah, he may lose, 1 or 2 weeks in touches getting his full workload, but I do believe he'll come back. So, and get that workload eventually. I think this offense is going to look different as well. Yes, Saquon is a huge part of it, but I mean, they got Kenny G now. That's a huge part in the passing game. Kyle Rudolph, all these guys that are coming in and trying to help the New York Giants and take pressure off of Saquon. First 2 years, it was just Saquon, had everything. So I think it's a little bit more different. The workload is going to change, but I still think he's good value, amazing value falling to me at the 110.
For sure. I think he's just one of those guys where I could be very wrong on him. I just want to take the avoid approach. If possible, I just want to try and avoid him. And I think Devontae Adams, in my opinion, is a clear wide receiver 1 this year. So I'd like to take him there. I'm just catching up with the chat. Some people are saying that when you randomize, because everyone is in this mock draft, maybe they don't have a spot, but everyone's in it when they join. So apparently when you randomize, it kicks people out, which is something that we talked about. So we're going to have to talk about that after this and try and figure out a way let's see, to do that better.
Sorry, I just completely I was looking at my picks and looking at who I should take. I completely blanked on what you were saying there. Can you repeat that again?
So what I'm saying is, yes, it was a randomization that kicked someone out. So we're gonna have to figure that out in the future. I don't want people to get kicked out anymore. I'm sorry, guys.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Dan Ross says I've been targeting Brian Edwards, and that's interesting that you say that because I have Brian Edwards in quite a few. Damn it, Badaki, you knew I was gonna grab him too.
I'm just going by my rankings. I have him. I have him one spot higher than he's in my top 10 rankings there. It's Gibson. It's Gibson then Clyde. Najee, he's in my 11th spot now in a redraft. So
yeah, Gibson's my RB9, so he was the one guy I was considering drafting over Devontae Adams there. Obviously, Travis Kelce was in that consideration as well. I didn't pull the trigger. I'm still happy with getting Devontae Adams. I'm just sad that unfortunately I wasn't able to get Gibson there on the turn. So yeah, I think we might have to not randomize. I think that might be the solution here because I don't want people to get upset every time they join and they don't get to mock.
Yeah, that's fine. I think Cannon put in the chat. He was like, "I get it. Save me a spot on the next one."
Yeah.
The
guy who got kicked is being very understanding. So thank you for that. But let's talk about Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones. That happened yesterday. We did a mock draft yesterday, and Kelce and Aaron Jones also were at the turn on the 12. It seems to be a strategy that a lot of people are taking advantage of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems something. It seems very suitable or approachable that you can do coming into this season. There, last time I think who drafted Jack drafted the guy. He just signed up to our Patreon. And he had a good team. He had a really good team at the 112 there with a lot of value. I'm pretty sure it was Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones. He had a couple other running backs that were really strong, and then he had a really good depth and wide receiver like a Michael Pittman and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did end up having a very good team.
So I think there's a strategy there at the 112 that could be a sleeper coming into this season.
Yeah, definitely. So Chase, he had the best. We crowned him the mock drafter of the night. Okay, so we're gonna start doing that every time we do a mock draft. Now we're gonna crown one person, not ourselves, the mock drafter of the night. So we'll see who gets that tonight. And I just want to say, if you guys want to join a league with us, little plug. Yes, we still have spots in our league. Okay, our first redraft league is full, so we have all the spots available for our second redraft league. We expect that to definitely fill up as the season approaches. We have 6 or 5 spots left in our second Dynasty League. So you can join us there, or you can choose the best of both world tier, which gives you a nice little discount to play in both. Now, you are supporting us when you sign up to these leagues, but you're also playing in a league that's active, that we care about. And in return, we're going to give you the fantasy hotline where you can ask us unlimited questions. Throughout the year, we're going to hit you back in the DMs. We also give you a bonus podcast weekly about these leagues and some extra trade advice. And we give you our weekly rankings. It's honestly just, we feel like a good value for you in return. And who was it that signed up yesterday? Jack from New York. He was able to sign up, and he literally was like, this is the best money I've spent in years. And we were like, that's good. We want people to say that. We want people to enjoy it. So if you want to sign up, super easy. There's a link on YouTube that is pinned, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. And it's also in the description of this video. And then on Twitch, you can also find that in the About section of our page.
That's right. Patreon.com/fantasylandfam, baby. Yeah, I'm excited. We have our draft in 6 days now. A week from today. A week from today,
we will be drafting live right here on the stream. We'll be doing a Dynasty startup draft, a real draft with our followers. We live stream every draft. So if you guys want to be a part of it, you absolutely can. Okay, it's interesting to see how this board is now falling. I think, unfortunately, I'm seeing the effect of taking a wide receiver first overall. I am now seeing that in the draft board. Oh, there's Miles Sanders. It just doesn't excite me, man. Miles Sanders doesn't excite me. I'm in a pickle here, man. I've really put myself in a pickle.
Big old pickle. Man, I'm trying to fix my
Big
camera.
old little pickle.
It's so annoying. It looks terrible. What the heck is going on here? I'm just trying to
Okay.
get y'all to see my beautiful face.
I'm going to go ahead and take a slight L just to help me later on in the draft, and I'm going to take Miles Sanders here. I say it's an L because I don't love taking Miles Sanders in any draft. But if I have to get a better running back room, I will do that.
Okay, Miles Sanders. That's I mean, I'm gonna have to go double here. Did CD go already? Nah, maybe I'll go CD.
Yeah, I was considering another person that someone just put in the chat, but I think it's too early in a redraft league to take him there. Kindle says, will you live stream your real draft next week? Yes, Kindle. We will be live streaming our real drafts. Every real draft that we do with our followers will be live streamed, and you guys will be able to watch them. And on Kindle, I believe that you're in one of those as well. So you'll be able to see your draft on the live stream as well.
Yep, that's right.
Damn it. I was hoping he's going to fall.
Nah, I was gonna take Terry there because technically Terry is one spot higher in my rankings, and I like that. But I have Gibson already, so I don't like to stack the wide receiver running back combo. It's more of a wide receiver
Personal thing.
Yeah, quarterback wide receiver type feel. I like a little bit better, so that's my personal opinion. But I like CD there. This is interesting. Darrell Henderson at the 311.
Yep.
Keeps coming up there. He keeps going up. Yesterday he went in the 4th, 5th round. If you look at it, these running backs are really bare here. Yes, and then it goes to the rookies: Travis, Kareem, Miles, Javonte. Like, yeah, you have those guys, but like, I can't take a chance. See, that's why it's so crucial to take running backs early. I don't know, man.
I know, but Henderson at the 311. I don't know, man. Like, I've said this so many times, but when Cam Akers was going in the first round, I was skeptical, saying I don't think they have a one running back in that backfield. I think he wants a running back by committee, Sean McVay.
Right.
So I don't think that changes with Darrell Henderson, being the lead back now, presumably lead back. I still think, I think he will be the most valuable. He'll probably get a 60% share of that workload, but I'm not convinced that he is a workhorse. So taking him at the 311 does worry me. I get it because you look at the running backs on the board and it's not, the most attractive situation to look at. So I definitely understand, sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I'm interested to see what you're going to do here because it's definitely going to determine what I'm going to do.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I either go another wide receiver here. But once again, I'm happy with the depth. I'm not a huge fan of taking Kyle Pitts that early. And Kittle and Waller, all the guys went off. Kittle, Waller. Running backs, I'm not in love with. But, I mean, I do see a Javonte Williams there. He's not going to come back to me. And I don't think any of these running backs are going to come back. So I'm actually going to take Javonte Williams there.
Okay.
I think that's just big.
I
thought about taking Patrick and be the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah, I'm proud of everyone. No one took Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd round. Here we are.
Yeah, so now we're here. And now I have 3 amazing running backs. Say Gibson and Williams. I think somebody else is going to fall to me by the time it comes around. But we'll see what happens. And I'm going to be really excited about that.
Okay, I'm in a tough position now here.
Were you going to take Javonte?
I was going to consider it, yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
I think I might have to go based off of my rankings. Yeah, I mean, based off of my rankings, I'm going to have to take Julio Jones here in the 4th round, which having Devontae Adams and Julio Jones on your team isn't so shabby.
So you have Amari over Julio at the moment? Or do you have Julio over Amari? Sorry, the other way around.
I have Julio over Godwin and Amari, yeah. And that was the people that I was considering there. More heavily, Godwin was who I was considering. But again, I don't want to skew how the board is falls.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think it's interesting.
Dexon says my friend always takes Patrick Mahomes in the first. What do you think? I'll be honest. I think your friend isn't getting proper value.
In a PPR mock draft, absolutely, but in a dynasty, that's
No.
definitely the
You're
right
saying
answer.
what you meant to say is in a dynasty mock draft.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's the opposite. You know what I mean?
In redraft, no, I don't think any quarterback should be going in the first. I mean, unless it's super flex. But no, it doesn't really make sense, in my opinion, to take a quarterback in the first round in a one quarterback league.
Mm.
I think in most drafts you'll probably see Patrick Mahomes in the third round, but everyone who's probably been mocking with us has heard us say that we don't want to take Patrick Mahomes in the third round because we can get all these other quarterbacks that are still elite in the fifth and sixth round. So it'll be interesting to see where he does go. Lucas says we only played twice, plus that was my first time. So I think Lucas is actually a part of the stream right now.
That's what's up.
What's up, Lucas? I think we've had you on the live stream once. I can't remember. Thanks guys for watching. Drop a like if you don't mind. It's just gonna show some love to us and help us reach more people. And subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Follow on Twitch.
So let's talk
well.
about what?
I said follow on Twitch as well. I'm still trying to fix my camera. It looks terrible.
Yeah, what did you do? You're having a little bit of a struggle right now, my guy.
I know, what the hell, bro?
EDs, what EDs? It was redraft. Okay. I will say this. Last year, a lot of people got pulled into that. What's the right word? I mean, a lot of people got pulled into that, like taking Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson in the first round. I was never a part of those people. But a lot of people got oh, what if they score 50 touchdowns? What if Lamar Jackson has the same season he just had, which almost never happens?
Right.
I think people are smarter now, though. I think they've learned that typically burns you taking a quarterback in the first round. But now, Patrick Mahomes in the fifth, it's crazy the way Team 1 has started. CMC, Kareem Hunt, Patrick Mahomes. When you're on the turn there, you have to reach a little bit. I'm not even saying that 5-1 is a reach for Patrick Mahomes, but it's obvious that if he didn't take a quarterback there, a lot of the elite quarterbacks would have been off the board by the time he got back at 6-12. So I like the Patrick Mahomes pick there at the 5-1. And
there it goes.
Quarterbacks go off the board.
There it goes.
I really, really like the way that all these teams have set themselves up, these first three teams.
Yeah, it's once again, I like running back heavy teams. A team that I'm looking at right now is definitely Chase, Dalvin, Joe, Monty. I think Cooper Kupp. Maybe I wouldn't have gone Cooper there. Maybe I would have. I like Cooper Kupp actually.
That's good value.
Yeah, I think it's good value, but I think that's good with Kyler Murray as your quarterback. We're gonna see who's gonna come around to be his wide receiver 2 there. But I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah.
This is an interesting draft.
Shout out to everyone who's watching on the streams. Okay, we got 17 people watching on YouTube. We got 5 people there on Twitch. Big love. Appreciate y'all. Drop a like on YouTube and subscribe if you're not subscribed. So Gator says thoughts on Chubb versus Eckler versus Taylor in a redraft. So I would have it as follows. I would have it. Let me double check on that actually.
Thoughts on Chubb versus Eckler or Taylor
versus Jonathan Taylor. So I would have it Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, and Eckler in that order. That's how I would personally see it.
I'm pretty sure for me it would be Chubb, Eckler, JT.
Okay.
And it's not by much, really. Well, Nick Chubb and Austin Eckler by much, but I'm on the board.
So I was hoping that TJ would fall to me, and I'm happy to say that he has. I do think TJ Hawkinson is the last out of these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tight ends that I feel comfortable taking in the first, let's say, 5 or 6 rounds. Obviously, if you can get one of the top 3 in the first 3, then you've done really well. But then I think there is a second tier of the Andrews, Pitts, and Hawkinson, and I'm more than happy to take Hawkinson there at the end of the 5th. I think that's good value. I almost took Mahomes at the 4-11, Billy says, but he passed. So you got Mark Andrews. Hey, this is a good thing to talk about, actually, Badaki.
What's up?
I want to help people here. Let's say you're in Billy's position there, okay, at the 4-11, right? This actually hopefully will be very helpful. What you need to do is look at the teams ahead of you. What are they going to do? The only team picking in between your next pick is the number one, like team number one on the board here, DSH.
Yeah.
He already has George Kittle. So you actually didn't need to take Mark Andrews there. You could have drafted Patrick Mahomes and been pretty confident that, team one wasn't going to take another tight end. So this is why we mock. I hope that's helpful for people. That's something I always do. I always look at the board and say, all right, what do these people have?
Yeah.
Are there going to be more running backs falling to me? Are there going to be more wide receivers falling to me in this next round? So hopefully that is helpful. Yeah, Daniel says he normally takes Mahomes in the third. I think that is a byproduct. Like Mahomes going in the fifth is a byproduct of us telling people we're not going to have much stock of him because of how high his price typically is. Yeah, so that's why we hopefully learn together. All right, so T. Higgins goes at the 6-2, and we see Chase Edmonds at the 6-1. Chase Edmonds is one of those guys who's quite difficult to really gauge his value this year. But I do like to pick. I would like to say that I like to pick. Aaron Rodgers there. I was waiting to see when Aaron was going to go off the board.
Yeah, this is my first time taking Aaron Rodgers in a long time, and it feels good. Okay, it feels really, really
and
good.
It feels good.
Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's back. He's in the building. I need to watch that press conference still. I can't believe I still haven't seen that. But, yeah, Aaron Rodgers there to be my QB1. I'm feeling really confident about my team here. I don't think he would have came back to me all the way into the 7th round. I think he would have been gone. A lot of teams still needed a quarterback, but I think it's good value there. So I think he's going to get higher. He gets higher and higher, in my opinion.
This is an example of me drafting based off of a tier. There's a certain position I want to get better at, but I think that there's a better tier at quarterback right now. So you took Aaron Rodgers. I was going to take Dak. Dak's still there. I feel like I have to take Dak Prescott because I think he's in a higher tier than the other wide receivers and running backs that are on the board still. So
yeah, and that's
an example of tier-based drafting.
And that's the thing about, having Aaron Rodgers back, because he was nowhere near that. He actually moves to my QB4. Dak Prescott is my QB5 now.
So Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback 4 because that's big.
Yeah, he moved up significantly.
You like to process things.
Yeah, it's a thought process. What's he gonna do? He brings back Randall Cobb. He has Devontae Adams. This is his last year. He's gonna show
Robert
out.
Tonyan, Aaron Jones is back.
Everyone, I mean, obviously the offensive line's a little bit different, but all the weapons that he wanted and that he wanted to bring from another team, still he brings back, and they make that deal happen. They give away draft picks. They do all this stuff to make him happy. It's a big move.
You should watch the press conference, because I'm pretty convinced this is the last year. Now, I didn't think he was going to come back this year. So I could be wrong. Like anything could happen, but that is the most transparent press conference I have ever seen from a player in his position. We've seen players who are disgruntled and want to change teams or want the change of scenery or whatever it is. I have never seen someone be as transparent as Aaron Rodgers was on his press conference today. Absolutely, if anyone has not seen it, you should watch it. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitch asked a question: Rodgers over Brady. I currently have
that's a big
Tom
question.
Brady higher than Aaron Rodgers still, but you obviously have moved Aaron Rodgers ahead of Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, Tom Brady in my redraft for me is quarterback 8. Okay. Well, I know for you he was really high up there.
He's 6. He's still 6 for me.
Okay, so I mean that is a result of Aaron Rodgers getting up there, all these guys moving down. There's a lot of things happening right now. Once again, we are going to be releasing our rankings at the top of the month, so August 1st. Yep. We release it
a lot of changes on those rankings.
Yeah, a lot of changes on those rankings, and you can get that in our Patreon, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. So check that out. But yes,
any tier unlocks our rankings, by the way.
That's right. So, and we updated throughout the whole year. So check that out. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers for me, he's coming to kill, man. He is going to be doing something dirty this year, and bringing the whole crew back. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, Sean in the chat, who is already a part of our Patreon, he's part of our leagues. said that he's waiting on the new rankings. Yep, that will be top of the month. You'll see a bunch of changes from the Michael
Mm-hmm.
Thomas injury, Aaron Rodgers coming back, Cam Akers injury. There will be a ton of changes in those rankings. Those rankings update monthly off season and weekly in season. So big shout out to the 22 people watching the stream. It means a
Mm-hmm.
lot. If you could show your boys some love, drop a like on the stream. I think our goal was 30 likes. It's a little bit out there of a goal, but maybe together we might be able to do it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We do 3 live streams a week, 3 mock drafts, and we have big plans to do more live streams in the season, including a live show where we do Sunday Night
Oh
Football.
boy.
We hang out with a bunch of guys
Talk it up.
at our studio, which is in
Talk
the
it up.
Becky's spare room.
This
So
is
come
the
hang
studio,
out.
guys.
It's fun time.
Come hang out over here.
And last thing I'll say is, another plug for our leagues. If you want to join a league that's active, that's with real people who care about fantasy, who are on the same level as you, I would say be careful joining. Like, there's so many group chats for fantasy football all over the internet, right? What worries me is when people post links, hey, come join my free league, and just you don't know the person, you just join it.
Mm-hmm.
I worry that you're investing time into a league that not really you care about or the people who started it care about. You don't know those people. So we have provided leagues that are with our community that we care about, that we're active in, that we trade in, that we draft in,
Mm-hmm.
and that we really genuinely care about, that you can be a part of. So the comment is in the chat. It's pinned. There's a link in there. It's also in the description of the video. It's patreon.com/fantasylandfam. We have redraft dynasty options, or you can play in both. Check it out. You also get a bunch of exclusives with signing up to that tier as well, including a bonus episode from us, our weekly rankings, fantasy hotline where you can ask us questions through a DM, a direct line. So don't be afraid to sign up to
podcast,
or don't be afraid to DM us any questions either.
Yeah, we are excited. Get the sound
Michael
going.
Thomas,
Sorry,
Michael Thomas goes in the 7th.
Oh wow, Michael's 7'6". Who takes him
I
here?
think we've talked about this, but I personally can't. I know it seems though. I personally can't take him there. Do you feel like that is a place you could take him?
No way. I'm actually not drafting Michael Thomas at all in any drafts in anything this year, because there's a high possibility that he might not play this year, but there's also a chance. I mean, if everything goes well, they say if everything goes well, he should be back week 8. Does everything always go well? It never does.
Right.
It never does. So I'm assuming he'll probably come back week 12, 13, 14, and then done.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. So Daniel, who's drafting at the 1 spot here, guys, if you want to draft with us, you can be a part of these. Just join our Discord. There's a link in the description and also in the about page on Twitch. By the way, big shout out to big homie Goo Whoop on Twitch, who followed us there, not today, but a while ago, but he's been tuning into the streams consistently. But yeah, I think at the turns, guys, like I said, if you draft at the 1 or the 12, you really have to make some hard decisions, because there is so much time in between your 2 picks. So you do have to reach sometimes. So I get that he said he reached on those wide receivers. Sometimes you have to do that. Gatorsan says, sorry if I've asked this before, but how do you fill positional needs but not overreach? I think that's really based off of tiers. So great example, right? At the 6'4", you can see my team here at the 6'4". I was actually going to draft Ronald Jones. That's who I was considering. Now I looked across the board and I said, what's the talent at these other positions though? Because I wanted to fill my RB3 spot. And I said, okay, there's still a lot of running backs on the board who I consider to be in the same tier. Now, Dak Prescott was on the board, and he's in a different tier compared to every other player on the board at all positions. So at that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to take Dak Prescott here. I'm going to pass on Ronald Jones, because guess what? All the guys who just went off the board are in the same tier as Ronald Jones for me. So I still was able to get Damian Harris, who's in the same tier as a Ronald Jones for me. So that's how I tried to avoid just filling positions. Now, obviously, you can't go a draft without having running backs pretty early.
That's right.
But you do have to draft based off of the value that's in each tier. I hope that makes sense. Sean says 7 days. That's right, 7 days until we do our live real draft with our followers. It's our first real follower draft ever. Shout out to everyone who signed up to Patreon. We're really excited to do that here live on the stream. It'll actually be this stream next week. We'll be drafting.
Yeah.
And that draft board, oh my God, it's insane.
It's also going to be extremely long.
That's what she said. Got him.
That's funny.
Okay, so I'm here now. Here now. And
If
Raheem
you know,
Mostert's
if you
on the
know, you know.
board. And so is Leonard Fournette. Now, I think most people would probably take Leonard Fournette here. I
Okay.
am really on the edge of what to do. I think both will serve as great fourth running backs on my team. Let me see what my rankings indicate.
I know who I would pick.
My rankings indicate that I should grab Raheem Mostert. So that is what I'm going to do. What would you have done?
I would have gone Lenny.
Okay.
Um,
I still think Raheem Mostert's going to be used,
I think so as well.
especially early on. I feel like I could sell him around week 4 for pretty high,
Right.
Raheem Mostert.
Reason why I say Lenny is because I don't see him having the crazy injuries that maybe Raheem could have. And like
Okay.
if Raheem does get hurt, he's usually out weeks and weeks. Where maybe Lenny, if he does get hurt, he can play through it, or he can kind of, maybe miss 1 or 2 weeks. But he's been, don't get me wrong, he's definitely been injured where he's missed some
I was
time.
about to say,
Yeah,
the story of Leonard Fournette's first 3 years of his career in Jacksonville was injury after injury after injury.
Yeah,
This dude could not stay healthy. So I think everyone goes through spurts.
Yeah, so I think I would have taken more chance. He's on a better offense as well. I think all those things kind
Better
of
run offense, though?
No, not run offense.
I would disagree with that.
I'm not
if
saying
we're
run
gonna say
offense.
better run offense.
I think better offenses as a whole with Tom Brady on the center.
Okay.
But yeah, they're both kind of sharing. So
yeah,
it's kind of.
I think if you can get Mostert or Leonard Fournette as your fourth running back on your team, I think that's a good situation to be in. I can't lie to you, dude. I'm obsessed with this draft right now that I've done. Like, I really wish I had this team in a redraft league this year.
You say that with every team.
No, but I don't. I like. Well, I really like the way I mock. That's a good place to be in. But I don't typically take a wide receiver in the first round. But I think it's worked out for me here with the running backs I was able to get later on. Shout out to the 22 people watching the stream on YouTube and to the 5 people watching on Twitch. Really means a lot to us. If you're on YouTube, drop a like. We're trying to get to 30 likes. It's probably not possible, but like we always say, with your help, we might be able to get there. On Twitch, shout out to Big Homie, who says, if Watson's back, I like Cooks as a sneaky late wide receiver that will get targets. Yeah, Cooks is okay. He's one of those guys who's really hard to value. I don't feel like there's any way that Deshaun Watson plays for the Houston Texans again.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think you can come out and take a stand like he did
and then play
and then just, I'm good now. Let me play for this team. I don't think it's a possibility. I think that could just be me.
You know what I think? He's using the facility. You know what? I'm going to work out. I'm going to get my money, and I'm going to be practicing with this team, because if I do get traded to another team and come up to them, and play against them throughout the year, best believe he's going to go off. Best believe something crazy is going to happen. So I think he wants to get in football shape as well. He doesn't want to be sitting there and not doing anything, which I'm pretty sure he has been training throughout the whole season, but now he can actually train with drills, get tackled, throw the ball. It's all the feeling, that training camp mentality. I think he can get into it. So I think it's 200 IQ play from D Watt there.
I also always want to clarify that we don't really know what happened with that legal situation, and we do hope that justice is served, whatever that does look like. I'm liking the way that a lot of these teams are shaping out. Gesicki in the 8th. That's interesting. I know you're high on Gesicki, but some of the tight ends that were on the board still, I am more of a fan of. I've come around on Gesicki a little bit this offseason. He's now my tight end 11, which is a big change. Okay, that wasn't the case not too long ago. I've come around, but I still think there was a couple other tight ends on the board that I still prefer. One just went off the board, and there's another. But it's interesting to see where these guys are falling in this mock.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and it's funny because it's the opposite for me. Gesicki's kind of fallen, other people kind of coming up, and once again, all the rankings are coming out on the top of the
Yeah.
month here, so get ready for that. But for me, Mike
Mm.
Gesicki he's a good late round stash. Like I think in the 8th is good. Logan Thomas. Uh,
Think if I
yeah,
can
I don't
get
know.
Kaseki in the 10th, that feels more comfortable for me, like based
Okay.
off of value, but that's just me. Arnav, who's drafting with us, he's drafting right by me here, says that I've sniped him twice. That must be Dak Prescott and Raheem Mostert then, I assume, because that's when I had the chance to snipe him on the turn. Yeah, man, that happens. It's
Yeah.
it's so frustrating when you're one pick away, and then the player that you're like, oh my god, I'm about to get, Dak Prescott. He's gone like that. That is frustrating. Um, AJ Dillon in the ninth. I'm very, we will give out draft grades at the end. I'm very interested in turn off Flake side, his team 6. The strategy is interesting. I think there's still, chances to fill other spots, but Michael Thomas in the 7th, AJ Dillon in the ninth. Uh, I'm not sure this is the point in the 9th round where you're investing into a running back, unless you need a running back. That is now his 4th. Yeah, it's an interesting thought. I don't know really
Yeah.
if what I'm saying makes any sense or not.
No, I hear you. Like you could have gone another position there. You don't have. I guess we don't want to ruin it, but there's a lot of
Yeah,
things
don't
that
no no
there's a
no
lot of
no
things
no
you
no
could have
no no.
done there that we think that could have been better. But
Yeah, agreed. All right, I'm gonna get my wide receiver 3 here, and that wide receiver 3 is Curtis Samuel. I know he's on the pup right now with that minor groin injury. I expect him to fully recover from that. It wasn't the Prescott pick. He already had L. Jackson. Oh, true. Well, might have been one of those picks. Maybe it was Harris and Mostert.
see, and this is where I'm a little bit of a pickle here because I
Yeah.
don't have RB4. I do have 4 wide receivers. I don't have a tight end.
Yeah.
The RB4 that I really wanted, Gus Edwards, went off the board already. I thought he was gonna fall to me.
Still a good tight end out there.
Yeah, I
Still a
know.
couple.
I'm thinking about taking a chance with Tony Pollard at the moment.
You know what? Let me quickly pause this and change it to 30 seconds, but you're going to have to make your pick really quickly, okay? Don't take this time up.
Okay.
You got the 13 seconds to make a pick. 10 seconds now.
On my screen, it says 40 seconds.
4 minutes. But just make the pick because you've had more time than everyone. Okay, there you go. Nice. I didn't want you. What I was saying is I don't want you to take the 4 minutes.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, I think that's a little bit of a pickle, man. I wish maybe Gus I got a thing about taking earlier if I'm gonna do like the late round strat. And that was the other guy I was hoping that was gonna come to me to be my other wide receiver. But you already know, I always have a backup for the backup for the backup. You feel me?
I know who you're gonna take.
Talk it up, change the atmosphere.
I know it didn't turn out this way, this draft, but would you have rather had Robinson, Mostert, or Connor as your RB3? I have no interest in James Conner this year, especially where he's being drafted. What about you, Badaki? Like, is there any interest?
I know it turned out this way, this draft, but would you have rather have Robinson, Mostert, or Connor as your RB3? I would take Robinson. My RB3, RB4. I feel that's an easy Robinson for me. But RB3, that's like Connor. Yeah, it's definitely out of the question. I think it still has to be Robinson. No, it's Mostert.
Damn it, I just got auto picked. That's what happens. You gotta pay attention, people.
You got to be quicker than that.
I was considering Cooks and 2 other guys. I finally made the conclusion that I wanted the other guy, and then I got auto picked Brandon Cooks. I don't think it's a terrible pick in the 10th round to get Brandon Cooks though. I mean, obviously he's a pretty clear wide receiver 1 on his team. What that is worth? It's hard to really say.
Bro, remember Brandon Cooks was on the Rams?
Yeah,
that feels like so long ago.
The Rams had Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp,
and
Robert Woods
and Brandon Cooks. That was the year
and Brandon Cooks.
that was the year I took Brandon Cooks, and he was injured the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yep, he had
so
that
upset.
concussion pretty much like the entire year. Hey.
Yeah, and that was so frustrating. I'm just gonna switch our faces a little bit smaller here, but so that people can see the draft board. Yeah, it was so frustrating. But yeah, Brandon Cooks, man, I don't know who's gonna be the quarterback. Is it Tyrod or is it gonna be Davis Mills? We still don't know. I think that's gonna be an interesting thing to see as well, because in reality, do you want Tyrod or do you want Davis? You know, like, do you
Like
want?
in fantasy, neither, but in real life, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about, like, if you had Brandon Cooks, who would you want to be throwing him the ball?
Right.
We really don't know at the moment. I mean,
I
Tyrod is
honestly would say Davis Mills. Like, I don't know who he is, but that's good. I know who Tyrod Taylor is. Do you remember last year?
yeah.
Tyrod Taylor plummeted Keenan Allen's value in 1 week. Do you remember that? Like Keenan Allen with Tyrod Taylor, everyone was like, "Holy shit, I have to sell Keenan Allen." Justin Herbert came on the scene, a little bit more of an unknown, and was great value from there on out. Love Tanyan at the 107. Wasn't sure at the 10.7. Robert Tanyan at the 10.7. Yeah, Tanyan's decent value there. With Aaron Rodgers back, I think that's someone that people are going to look at a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Landry's being slept on. Jarvis Landry, yeah. Jarvis Landry was actually someone I was going to consider when he came back, if he came back to me there at the 10th round. He didn't. So, yeah, I mean, Jarvis Landry is just a consistent guy. I think it's quite clear in that offense that he doesn't have a top, 15 to 20, 15 really. I think he has top 20 upside at max, but he doesn't have top 15 upside. So that does make it a little bit more difficult to grab him there.
Yeah, I'm looking at these teams because I need a position.
Tom Brady in the 7th. I just noticed that. I just wanted to acknowledge that. Tom Brady in the 7th. Good value there, in my opinion. Ryan Tannehill in the 11th round. All right, Flakes. It's starting to look good, baby. It's starting to look good.
Change the atmosphere.
Ryan Tannehill in the 11th. That has to be one of the best picks of the draft so far. Right?
I'm looking to see what else, if there was anyone else. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, it looks like it. He saves himself. He saved himself with that Ryan Tannehill, and then because he took Michael Thomas earlier, so saving himself.
Gotta let the board fall to you, and that's what he's done. He's done it beautifully. Is anyone watching the Olympics, by the way?
I said, yeah, I am. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I watch it all the time. Sometimes it's really boring, and sometimes it's like really awesome. Right. By the way, the people who do the triathlons,
you're on the clock.
Why do that to yourself? Like every time a triathlon person crosses a line, they just collapse. And they're like, "Oh my God, I just did that." It's funny because I'm on the couch eating like Cheetos. Like, why are these guys doing this? But
yeah, they do so much. Crazy. They ride a bike, they swim, they run, and then at the end, they're like, like dead.
Yep, dead. DED. Where could I have gone different to have better running back? Sermon at 7-1. Maybe Daniel, we will do team grades at the end. We will give you all draft grades at the end, and we'll tell you what you could have done differently, maybe. Gator says, who do you guys feel best about this year, and is it close? Jacobs, Mike Davis, or Gaskin? For me, I think Josh Jacobs is the clear standout there, the one that I would want the most. I'm not worried about him like other people are. And then I would say I would probably prefer to have Myles Gaskin than Mike Davis. What about you though?
At the moment I would say Jacobs, Mike Davis, Gaskin. But coming into the season, I'm straying away from Mike Davis now a little bit. So
all right, next question was Ed Mack. Why are you guys so high on Bateman and redraft when the Ravens receiving share is so low?
Thanks for subscribing, brother. Oh, huge love.
Was that on?
I think that was on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Hey, appreciate the subscribe. It means a lot. I'm on the board here. Tevin Coleman was someone I wanted. We just made a video about Tevin Coleman and Michael Carter. It will be out probably tonight or tomorrow. So if you're interested in drafting either Michael Carter or Tevin Coleman, look for that upload in the next couple days.
That's right.
You've now put me in a really, really tricky situation, but that's okay. I'll capitalize and grab Adam Troutman here with my second to last pick.
Yeah,
Why are we so high on Bateman? I don't think we're as high as other people, but go ahead.
Well, I think I'm just gonna read the question. Why are you so high on Bateman in redraft when the Ravens receiving share is so low? Just curious. You're right. The Ravens receiving share is low, but I think you need to think about what they're going to be doing this year. What's going to happen?
What they said they want to do even.
Yeah, exactly. So this offense is going to look different. I'm not saying that this offense is going to change completely to a passing team, a passing offense, but they're going to be integrating. If you take somebody with your first pick in the draft and it's a wide receiver, Rashad Bateman, they're going to be utilizing him. Marquise Hollywood Brown was the guy, but he doesn't have that big body guy. He was playing on the outside. He's not that guy, He's not that guy. He's a sprinter.
You're not that guy, pal.
He's a slot guy. Yeah, we need that to be a soundbite immediately. I'm gonna do that. But yes, Marquise is not that guy to be going on the outside. Yes, they have Mark Andrews, and now Rashad Bateman is that true X wide receiver. If you don't know what an X wide receiver is, they play the Julio Jones, the Keenan Allen, the Allen Robinson, those big 6'3". They play on the outside. They go up and can contest the catch type players. So they finally have that now with Rashad Bateman, and they're going to be getting touches. There's no doubt about it. We know that Lamar Jackson likes to throw the ball deep, and Rashad Bateman is going to be there.
Yeah. So I would say as well, what you have to be careful of is making decisions this year based off of last year. You have to look at the trends that teams have either said that they want to do or change, or things that they have logistically done as a franchise to improve in certain areas. Drafting Bateman's one of them, and then publicly stating to everyone that they want to improve the passing game is another. Bateman is currently my wide receiver 41 in redraft. I don't think that's too high for him. I'm happy where he went in this draft. I'm excited to see what he does this year. Really, really talented guy. A lot of questions in the chat. Let's get to them. I have 10th overall in a 10-person Snake PPR league. Should I take Devontae and Eckler or Zeke and Eckler? If Devontae Adams is there, I'm personally going Devontae and Eckler. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. In a 10-man draft.
Oh, sorry. I see Zeke is also an. I would go Devontae and Zeke.
Well,
if
I would.
All those players are available, I would go Devontae and Zeke.
Wait, was there another option? Sorry.
So he says, should I take Devontae and Eckler or Zeke and Eckler? So I'm assuming Zeke is still an option, which is why I would take Zeke and Adam. So I'm assuming all those players are available. Who are you taking?
Right. I'm thinking it's either it's either Devontae and Eckler or Zeke and Eckler that he would take. Okay. And yeah, if that's the case, then I'm happy with taking Devontae and Eckler, knowing that you're going to get top receiver. Yeah. And yes, Eckler is still a guy, but I think you will get good value coming back to you. Maybe like a Josh Jacobs, a Monty, somebody like that. But you have the best receiver right now in fantasy. Where yes,
I think as long as you go Adams, there's not a wrong answer.
Yeah,
for the second pick.
Yeah, that's what I believe as well. Like he's gonna have tremendous value there. So
yeah. All right. Question: what range are you comfortable taking Josh Jacobs? So where did Josh Jacobs go here? He went a 3.4. I think that's probably where I'm comfortable taking him as my second RB in fantasy. I would, if he could be my third RB somehow, that would be amazing. But I'm pretty comfortable taking him in the mid-third onwards. I would say mid-third onwards. That's a little early, but I understand why Team 4 had to do that. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I agree. I like Josh Jacobs. I'm not extremely worried. You're on the clock there, and you just time ran out, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take Evan Ingram here as my second tight end.
Okay, we're about to give out draft grades, but let's do quick fire answer on these questions. By the way, we will have a Q&A after we give out draft grades. So if you want to ask some questions, stay. We will answer all the questions in the chat. So Kenny says full PPR, Mixon, Gibson, or Harris. For me, it would go Gibson, Harris, Mixon. For you?
Gibson, Harris, Mixon.
Okay, so same thing. Angel said Carson or Montgomery. I'm personally probably, let me look at my rankings, but I believe I am going to go Montgomery.
They're back-to-back in my rankings, but it's Monty
going Montgomery
for me.
Back-to-back as well. Who are you taking?
Monty.
Okay. Full PPR. By the way, shout out to Kenny and Angel. I don't think we've seen you guys on the stream yet. I know that Angel, I think, just subscribed, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for subscribing. Subscribe if you like the content.
Yeah.
Kenny says full PPR, Kamara or Henry. I'm going Kamara. You're going.
I'm going Kamara as well.
Okay. If he's not drafted, can you change my Jalen Rager pick for Gabe Davis? We can do that. Angel says, I'm new on this fantasy thing. What's the difference between standard format and PPR? Should I keep targeting running back and wide receiver? Good question. Yeah. So a standard league means that there is no extra points for receptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your wide receiver will really get only points based off of the yards they have and the touchdowns. Now, if you play in PPR, that means points per reception.
That's right.
So every player at every position, when they catch a pass, when they get a reception, they get 1 point in fantasy. I think if anyone's playing standard, it's just sad to play that way because PPR is so fun. Half PPR is pretty common as PPR.
Yeah.
Half PPR just means you get half of a point per reception. So in a non PPR league, your running backs are going to be more valuable than your wide receivers because wide receivers are catching the ball more often than running backs. So guys like, Derrick Henry is probably the most valuable player in
In a
a standard
standard.
league.
That's
Nick
right.
Chubb,
Because of the
Zeke Elliott.
opportunity. You don't think about like how many times he is like going to get a touchdown. You think about the times of how many attempts he's going to have because
Totally.
he has more of opportunity to get you points in a standard league.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I like to say that. But
I
anyways.
would suggest if it's your first time playing, I mean, we have leagues that you can play in, by the way. Patreon.com/fantasylandfam. The link is pinned in the comments of this chat. It's also in the description. We have leagues that you can play in with us in our community. We
Mm-hmm.
play in them. We're active in them. But I would suggest at least, at minimum, do half PPR. We prefer full PPR, but at least do half PPR.
Yeah, I agree.
We're about to do the mock drafts. Great, sorry. I meant Devontae and Eckler or Devontae and Tyreek. Okay.
Yeah, Devontae and Eckler for me then.
Devontae and Eckler. Yeah, I'd like to start running back wide receiver there. Dynasty, Thielen or Julio? I would go Julio. You would go
Julio.
Julio. All right, let's get to some draft grades then. Do you want to do team one?
Yeah, sure. All right. Let me just turn this off really fast just so they can get a better look of the board for everyone there. All right. Daniel, team one, CMC, Kareem Hunt, Devin Singletary, and Javion Hawkins. I like that Javion Hawkins pick, but your running backs do fall here, okay? I know you did have the question, well, you could have done better. You're right. You could have done better taking a Trey, at the 7-1. You could have done
Oh,
better.
yeah.
A Damian Harris there as well. Even at the turn, at the 8-12. Maybe you could take a chance on the Gus Edwards there just to solidify that running back room. Because think about it, Kareem Hunt is a 50-50 guy, so we're not going to see many touches. But it is one of the best run offense in the NFL currently. So maybe I'm not too high on Kareem Hunt, to be personally honest with you. But Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Debo, Darnell Mooney, and Nelson Aguilar. I love your wide receiver room. A lot of good talent there. Mooney is a good value. Nelson Aguilar, a lot of talks in camp already with him, Nelson Aguilar. And Jerry Jeudy, I mean, he's the king there in Denver. You got Patty as well, and then you got Tyler Higbee and George Kittle. Tyler Higbee could be a good trade value there. Trade him away and maybe you can get a Trey Sermon, or maybe you can trade away a George Kittle and get whatever running back you actually need. So I think this is a decent team. Those are the things we would have done different. Maybe gotten another running back in the 7th or 8th round. So I'm just gonna give it B flat. That's what B flat.
All right, Billy. By the way, Billy, we've been thinking about your family, hoping that they're well. Hope your 4-month-old is doing well. Let us know if we can help anyway. I'm not sure we could, but like if there was anything that we can do, let us know. Sending love to your family. All right, you've got Alvin Kamara, J.K. Dobbins, Trey Sermon, James Conner, Philip Lindsay. It's a pretty good running back room. Pretty solid all around.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Trey is your running back 3, high upside. Wide receivers are DK Metcalf, OBJ, Mike Williams, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Marvin Jones. Tight end is Mark Andrews, and your quarterback is Josh Allen. I'll be honest with you, the only issue I have with this team is the wide receiver core. And I don't think I can take OBJ ahead of some of the guys that were still on the board. So you took OBJ at the 6'11". Let me look at my rankings quickly, but I think there's quite a few wide receivers I would have taken over Odell Beckham. I would have taken Tyler Boyd. I don't know if he was still on the board. Um, I would have taken Devonta Smith. I would have taken a Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett. I'm just throwing out names that are above him. Debo Samuel. So I'm personally not that high on OBJ. That is one thing I would have done differently. I also I like the Mike Williams pick, but Michael Pittman was on the board. One of the guys I really, really like. So that's something I would have done a little bit differently. And then personally, I'm a Darnell Mooney over Marquise Brown guy. So there's a couple things logistically I would have done differently. If your wide receiver room was a little bit stronger, this would be in contention for a mock draft of the night. But because the wide receiver room drops off so heavily for me, I'm gonna have to give you a B plus. This would be an A team if you had a stronger wide receiver 2 and 3. It's hard to do when you take, a tight end and quarterback back to back, but it's a good team. You're going to win some games.
Yeah, I agree. Daniel says, but that gives me a B every time. Hater, not really. It's got to be better. Nah, look. I like depth at running back, so I think that's a key thing for me when I look at teams. In my personal opinion, Chase, for example, Dalvin Cook, Joe Moneybag Mixon, Monty, Naeem Hines, and Latavius Murray. You see, this is, in my opinion, these are good running backs. If one of these guys go down, Naeem Hines gets that PPR action. Latavius Murray, there's a lot of talks that he could be a guy, or maybe we're talking about it a lot, that he could be a guy that could be seeing a lot of touches in the backfield now without Michael Thomas out. So Michael. I love little Michael. Cooper Kupp, Robbie Anderson, Cortland Sutton, AB, McCole Harmon, and St. Brown. Good wide receivers. Honestly, really strong. Robbie's nice. Cortland Sutton, I love him. St. Brown, really good. McCole Harmon, he's coming up right now. There's a lot of talks about him right now.
Talked about Antonio Brown, bro, in the 10th. That's great.
Yeah, and AB, I'm not a huge fan of the AB train right now, but I mean that's my personal opinion. Kyler Murray and then Logan Thomas. This is a good team. There's no wrong mistakes here. Wrong mistakes. There's no like bad moves, I guess you could say. Maybe I would have taken Marquise, a Mooney over AB. What about you? What have you done there? Marquise or Mooney or AB?
I would have taken the upside of Mooney.
Okay.
Because I think there's, while I'm obsessed with AB in the 10th, that's if Mooney's not on the board. Because I think if you think about both of these guys' situations, who has a better chance to need to be targeted? Probably Darnell Mooney over AB.
Right. Yeah. So look, I like this team. I really like this team overall. I mean, I'm not in love with the AB pick, but I'll give it A minus. I think he goes back to back with the A's there from Chase.
All right, cold world.
Real cold world.
Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, David Johnson, Kenneth Gainwell, Calvin Ridley, Adam Thielen, Chase Claypool, Michael Pittman, Rondale Moore. I love that pick in the 11th round. Great value. Cole Beasley. Tight end is Kyle Pitts and Hunter Henry, and your quarterback is Justin Herbert. I can't lie to you. This is a very, very good team. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, David Johnson as my running back 3. I don't love, but I think he will get enough work in the passing game to serve as a running back 3. I don't hate the Kyle Pitts pick there at the 4-9. I want to get him in the 5th, but I get why you would take him there at the 4-9. Justin Herbert at the end of the 6th is crazy good value. I really like this team. I really, really like this team. I think Claypool and Pittman cover as your wide receiver 3s. They will both kind of combine to cover. I'm going to give this an A minus. The only reason it's not higher than that is because I do prefer to get Kyle Pitts later on. And again, the wide receiver 3 and running back 3, while they will serve well, they are a little bit questionable, but it's a good team.
Okay. TD Vulture, he's actually in our league. So it's gonna be interesting. Still hasn't traded though, but it's okay. You don't have to trade. JT, Clyde, Zach Moss, Chuba Hubbard, and Ramondre Stevenson. I like your running back room. I think it's still a little bit weak. I do like Zach Moss. I do believe he's a good RB3. But I love your first JT and Clyde. That's crazy. That's nice. That's comfy.
Mm-hmm.
You got AB, Amari Cooper, Jamar Chase, and Michael Gallup. Only 4 wide receivers is decent. Um, I think I would have taken another wide receiver or another running back over Jalen Hurts there. I see
Mm-hmm.
that you could have probably gotten Gus Edwards, and AJ Dillon, Tony Pollard, all those guys. I probably would have been a little bit more comfortable
You're
with you.
looking at the board. Right. Never mind. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I would have been a little bit more comfortable in that scenario because you already have Russ. Russ is gonna cook. He's gonna do his thing, and then you got Noah Fant, Cole Kmet. I like it. I think it's
Yeah.
decent. That's probably the only thing I would have done is taken another running back in a depth piece just to solidify that running back
Gotta be
room.
honest, I love this team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying I don't like it. I like it. I think for me,
mean,
if I had to change something, I would have gotten a little bit more depth instead of getting the second quarterback and then just flex. So if you guys
yeah.
if you guys don't know, we only like to draft one quarterback in a redraft because you can always find them in the waiver wires.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
what did you give him?
Oh,
What
sorry.
grade?
I'm gonna give him an A minus. I like this team a
Okay.
lot, truly.
Yeah. This would actually be an A plus team if instead of Jalen Hurts you had Gus Edwards. I think that would have probably put you over the top. Good team. All right, team 6. You had Zeke Elliott, Mike Davis, Michael Carter, AJ Dillon, Alexander Madison. Wide receivers are D Hop, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin. Strong, especially PPR. It's a strong crew right there. Michael Thomas in the 7th, Juju in the 8th. Your tight end is Robert Tonyan, and your quarterbacks are Ryan Tannehill and Trey Lance. This is a pretty good team. I can't lie. Michael Thomas, his value is going to be very, very difficult to evaluate going forward. I would say that at best he's going to be back week 8. And the issue with drafting Michael Thomas in the 7th round is, are you going to be confident starting him in week 8 or 9 when he comes back?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I had Michael Thomas last year, and every time he started, I wasn't confident in starting him over my other options. So I'm not sure there will be much trade value because looking at your team, I think you picked Michael Thomas for trade values purposes. I would have rather had a guy who I think could break out like a Chenault, or a guy I know I can rely on like a Tyler Boyd there, DJ Chark. So that's the only issue I have. I think getting Ryan Tannehill in the 11th is insane. And this has to be a team that is considered for a team of the night, I think, because you were able to get Ryan Tannehill so late. This is an A minus team. Again, there's a couple things I would have done differently there, but I like the way you've done it.
All right. Debo Fan, Nick Chubb, Chris Carson, James Robinson, Lenny, Gus Edwards. Good running backs there. I like your running back depth. I like that these guys could somewhat bring value in some weeks there with a James, a Lenny, or Gus. That's good work there. Roberto Woods, a Tyler Lockett, Brandon Ayuk, a Russell Gage, and a Jalen Rager. I like it. I'm just trying to think. I probably would have gone Godwin over Robert Woods in that scenario. I do like Tyler Lockett at the 5.7, but another guy I would have taken over him was a Kenny G that I took that was also available. So I think your wide receivers could have been a little bit more stronger, but they're still solid. They're still solid wide receivers. You got Darren Waller at the 2.6, and then you got Joe Moneybag Burrows. I think that's not his name. Joe Burrow.
No,
That's Joe Moneybag
his name.
Mixon. And Matty Ice. So I like this team. This is a good team. A lot of teams are really good here. I think I feel like this is another A team. I think the only thing I would have done differently here is probably just switch those wide receivers. Godwin for Woods and a Kenny G for a Lockett. But I think it's a good team, in my opinion, either way.
All right, Nav, you've got DeAndre Swift, Ronald Jones, Kenyon Drake, J.D. McKissick, Devonta Booker. Your wide receivers are Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, DJ Chark, Devontae Parker. Your quarterback is Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence. Your tight end is Dallas Goedert. It's a good team. I like the value of Goddard there in the 7th round. I like the value of Lamar Jackson there in the 5th round, mid to end 5th. You've got very strong wide receivers. The issue is your running back depth. I think that is where you kind of fall off. So you're really going to rely on Ronald Jones, Kenyon Drake, and J.D. McKissick to kind of help you with that running back depth. Now, they can do that, but it's a little bit questionable
what that could look like. So that's why this is a B plus team for me. It's a good team, but I'm not obsessed with the running back depth. All right, Vidaki, let's do team 11. We don't give ourselves grades. If we did, I'm very happy with my team. I'm sure you're happy with yours, but let's go ahead and go to team 11 here.
All right, let's do this. Austin Eckler, Darrell Henderson, Myles Gaskin, and Jamal Williams. Darrell Henderson pick at the 311. I mean, it's still really early for me. Technically, this is the guys that are coming off the board. Really, like all those guys. Like I would have taken Myles. Obviously, that it wasn't available. I mean, who would you have taken there? Would you just forget about the running back position? Like, are you really taking Darrell Henderson there?
I probably would have taken Terry, to be honest, and then taken Gaskin or Henderson back at the 4.2. I think getting Terry instead of DJ would have improved this team.
Yeah. I'm just so on
because
the
Terry's in a
fence.
different tier for me than Henderson and Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, I'm just so on the fence with the running back, so it's just really interesting. But yeah, Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, Tyler, T. Higgins, Rashad Bateman, Will Fuller, and Paris Campbell down there. Look, I agree with Zach. I would have taken a Terry over DJ Moore. There's a lot of talent. We're not really big on DJ Moore here, purely because he's let us down for the last 3 years. He has to prove it, and his value keeps dropping. Last year, there was like he's gonna have a big year. It didn't happen. So that's how we feel. Tom Brady at the 7. I think Zach likes that. That's good value.
Yeah,
I think it's good value as well. Mike Gesicki, Joe Everett, good tight ends there. So this team is decent. It's just I don't know if I can cope with the Darrell Henderson with DJ Moore pick. Even Myles Gaskin, if he was available, then if Travis Etienne was available, then maybe I would have gone Etienne at the 311. But then again, that might be a little bit too early. So I'll give this team a B minus maybe.
Okay.
Everything else I feel like is pretty strong.
All right, team 12, last team of the night. You have Travis Kelce as your tight end. Great way to start. Your running backs are Aaron Jones, Travis Etienne, Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon. Wide receivers are Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Waddle, Jarvis Landry, Corey Davis. Your quarterbacks are Matthew Stafford and Deshaun Watson. And then Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick was Gronk. So this is a good team. Obviously, anytime you have Travis Kelce, typically your team looks pretty good. I am struggling with the Melvin Gordon pick in the 7th round. Knowing that Raheem Mostert and Leonard Fournette were still on the board,
Yeah, a lot of good people there.
I don't think I could have justified taking Melvin Gordon there, and I think your team would have looked a lot better with a Mostert or a Fournette. I also don't love Deontay Johnson. We're probably going to release a video tonight about the Steelers wide receiver core and who we're going to have more stock of all the three. But I will just say I'm not as excited about Deontay Johnson than others. I am very excited about T. Higgins, and he was on the board as well as Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
So
it's just the value.
I don't love your 5 and 6 pick. And I think that does hurt the team a little bit for me. So I'm going to have to get this team a B flat. I think the running back room outside of Aaron Jones is a little bit unproven. I am obsessed with ETN, but that's more in Dynasty. I need to figure out what he's going to look like this year with James Robinson still in the mix. Again, I would have changed the Deontay Johnson, Melvin Gordon picks. I think Stafford that late is good value. So it's a good team. You're going to win some games. There is talent, but I do worry about the overall depth of the team. All right, let's answer some questions. Oh, wait, we need to give out drafter of the night. Mock drafter of the night.
Okay. What who are you thinking? I think there's 2 nominations for me, the 2 people that I've graded. I guess it has to be Chase for me and then TD Vulture. If I look at the teams, I think TD Vulture has a stronger wide receiver core. Chase has a stronger running back core. In my opinion, TD Vulture has the higher tight end. Chase has a better running quarterback.
So
that's about it, man.
I'm actually in between TD Vulture and Team 6 here.
I don't
just because when you look at DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin in a PPR league, I mean that core wide receiver could that could win you almost most weeks. You also have Zeke, Michael Carter, and Mike Davis, and then getting Ryan Tannehill that late in the 11th round. Robert Tonyan now is a top 12 tight end for me, with Aaron Rodgers back. I personally would give Team 6 the edge here, but I am between TD Vulture and Team 6. Who are you in between?
Yeah, I think for me, if I had to go between the two ones that we pick and we had to go head to head, I'm still picking TD Vulture's team.
Okay.
Just purely because of the team. Like if we put so let's put those teams back to back. Running backs.
Yeah.
Running backs, I think that TD Vulture has the edge.
Yeah. TD Vulture does have the edge.
Wide receivers, I think it's pretty even with Jamar Chase with the opportunity, but like
I don't think it's even in the wide receivers. I don't think it's even. He's got D Hop, Keenan Allen, and Chris Godwin. These guys could finish top 10 every week. AJ Brown could, Amari Cooper could, but I mean Jamar Chase, Michael Gallup, we're comparing them to Chris Godwin and Juju. I don't know. I personally think wide receiver core is way stronger in Team 6.
Yeah. I think tight end is stronger, and I think quarterback is stronger. So
all right.
If there was categories, so TD Vulture wins in running backs, TD Vulture wins in quarterbacks, TD Vulture wins in tight ends. Is that correct? So the only position that he doesn't win is wide receivers.
Wide receivers, yeah. But I would say quarterback is even because of the value he got that late. Like, if I could, let me say, like, if I could tell you, Badaki, you can either guarantee Russell Wilson in the 6th or Ryan Tannehill in the 11th. Which way are you going to lean there?
I mean, it's also hard. I think
no, it's not hard. I told you, I can guarantee you Ryan Tannehill in the 11th or Russell Wilson in the 6th.
Well, I like Russell Wilson a lot more than Ryan Tannehill.
I'm asking you, where would you lean? Would you lean towards Ryan Tannehill in the 11th?
I would like Russell Wilson.
Okay. Well, we just see that differently then. Well, then that would mean that TD Vulture is our mock drafter of the night. I don't know if we have any sound effects for him. But big shout out to TD Vulture. You did well.
Shit,
you done well, kid. Let's go ahead and bring up the questions. We'll answer some of these questions now to end the stream.
That's just Benz.
All right. Let's see. Angel says, what would you guys recommend in the 3 first rounds go? First running back, second running back, third wide receiver. So in the first, second, or third round, or first round running back, second round wide receiver, third round running back. Thank you so much for the great content. You guys do this mock drafts with fans? Yes, Angel. Yeah. We do these mock drafts with our followers and with our community. It's super easy to be a part of them. Now getting in them is a little bit more difficult just because we have a lot of people wanting to be a part of them, which is amazing. But if you look in the description of this video, and I can actually paste it into the chat, there's a link that says solo.to/fantasylandfootball. Okay. If you go to this link, you can join our Discord. And in our Discord, I just put it in the chat there for you. Okay. In our Discord, we give out all the information for our followers and for our community to be a part of these mock drafts with us. Mm-hmm. So feel free to join it, and you could actually join us next week when we do our next 3 mock drafts. To answer your question, I think it really depends on the value that's on the board. You know, in the first 3 rounds, do you go running back, wide receiver, or running back, wide receiver, running back? I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think it depends on the value. Like, I don't typically go wide receiver in my first pick, but Devontae Adams was on the board at the 1.9. So I really do think it depends on the value that you see on the board at that time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think for me, it's definitely position based. Where you are in your mock draft, you know, how does it feel? Yeah, Zach was at the 1.9, but I think that also is a result of where you're at as well. Same thing with Killer K. He takes Travis Kelce. So it just really depends on what you feel, what you like. If I had to give you a strategy that I like to do, I like to go running back heavy. Running backs are really the depth of running back is really weak and short in fantasy. So I like to solidify that position really early because I know I can get my wide receivers, my tight ends, my quarterbacks a little bit later. So that's a strategy that I like to do. I know maybe Zach is a little bit different, or maybe he does the same.
For me, it's always going to be based off of the value on each tier. So But I think generally you do want at least one wide receiver and 2 running backs in the first 3 rounds, unless you get like a top tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Gator fan says, if you wait on wide receivers, how would you feel about your top 3 being Woods, Lockett, and Claypool? I think I'm okay with it. I just don't love the Claypool one.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather like a Claypool be like a Higgins or someone else.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Sutton, Chenault, maybe.
Viper.
Viper says, was busy doing yard work. When's the next PPR mock? It'll be next week. We'll have 2 PPR mocks next week. They'll
On
be
Monday.
towards the beginning of the week because we're doing a real dynasty draft with our follower leagues this time next week.
Yeah.
Chase says, interesting with Team 6 having no depth at wide receiver. I would argue that they do have depth at wide receiver. They have 4 wide receivers I think that they can count on, 3 that are elite. Juju is a guy that, as your wide receiver 4, feels comfortable. And then when Michael Thomas comes back, you just have a guy sitting on your bench that could be another great piece. Since my Team 12 2-quarterback home league has shallow bench, would you still say I need to draft a 3rd quarterback? I believe this is a super flex league, Badahi.
Yes.
Or get extra depth at another position and hope to get my 3rd quarterback off waivers. What do you think?
Since my 12-team 2 QB home league was a shallow bench, would you still say I need to draft a 3rd quarterback or get an extra depth at another position? If it's a 2 quarterback,
I would say get 3rd quarterback.
yeah. If
What would you say?
I was gonna say if it's a 2 quarterback, and I would get a 3rd quarterback if it's a super flex, just in case. I like a just in case quarterback there.
I think
So-
his league is like you have to start 2 quarterbacks, not super flex, but there's 2 quarterbacks starting.
That you just have to start, yeah. So then you need to get an extra quarterback.
Angel says Keenan, Amari, or Allen Robinson. Keenan would
Keenan,
definitely be
No doubt.
number 1 for me.
Yeah.
And then
same.
it was Amari or Allen Robinson. I think it would be Allen Robinson
Allen
then
and
Amari.
Amari. Correct. Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson, and Amari. And Mac, on Sunday's show, we all zoom the screen with people into the followers leagues to get their reaction as they either win or lose their matchups.
Potentially.
We need to figure out logistics of that.
That's
first.
going to be yeah, I mean we can't promise it in all honesty, potentially. I think you guys are really really going to enjoy the live show. But I don't know that we could promise that aspect of it because that would
I think
take
it's
a lot of organization and logistics. That
yeah. Also,
we're going to be so busy on that day, so maybe.
yeah, I think it's also a little bit hard just to be transparent with you. Like, we can mute you, we just can't. We can't mute you. We can mute you. We probably won't be able to see you because we actually have to be live streaming the actual draft to the people and like talking to the people, which are also going to be you and other people in there as well.
I think he's asking the Sunday night shows.
Oh, right. Yes, right. That makes sense.
So I'm not sure we'll be able to do that. We'll work on it, but I'm not 100% sure we'll be able to do that.
Right.
Chase says, isn't Juju number 4 target in Pittsburgh? I don't think he's the 4th target in Pittsburgh. But we have a video that's about to come out tonight about all those Steelers wide receivers, which I think that you should definitely check out. Little thing I'll drop there is who has the most chemistry with the quarterback who's been there longer. I don't think he's considered the 4th. Good stream as always. Appreciate it. Is Najee worth a 2nd round pick? Absolutely. I think he's worth a 2nd round in redraft and dynasty.
He actually went in the 2nd round to Zach in this mock draft at the 2-4.
Imagine I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, don't do that. No, I think he's worth it. All right, guys. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone. If you haven't subscribed, drop a like. I think we got to 26 likes, I believe.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, absolutely. Look, thank you so much for all the support. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. Our Twitch. Twitch.tv/fantasylandfootball. Help us get Twitch affiliate over there. If you do have a Twitch account, if not, make a Twitch account. But it's all love. Thank you so much.
Once again, talk about RSA quickly.
That's what I was about to say. RSA, we have partnered with RSA. Rochester Sports Memorabilia is a good place where you can get any sports memorabilia. I can actually pull that up right now. Give me 1 second. We actually have a promo code FL15 is also in the description below of this video. And if you are on Twitch, there is a little icon panel in the About Me where you can click on that. It takes you straight to the website. Anything on RSA is 15% off with our promo code. just check it out. Check out the there you go. This is RSA. Check out the website once again. The
Need to have the
description.
link in a more accessible place to send to people.
Yeah, I hear
Oh,
you.
you know what I can do? I can easily find it on solo.to/fantasylandfootball.
So
Let me
this
find
is
it.
like the link. You can get 15% off from us, guys. If you just click on the link, it actually helps us out. You know, we give the away jerseys last year. We gave an Odell Beckham, a DJ Moore jersey, you know, a Tyreek Hill jersey. We gave out a Devontae Adams jersey. We gave out as well, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna planning and we're hoping that we can continue our partnerships. We are continuing our partnership, but the only way it continues is if you guys just click on the website, say, "Wow, I don't know if you buy something, I don't know, maybe you do get something using the code." It actually really helps us out, but it's all love. Thank you so much for supporting. A lot of cool stuff: footballs, helmets, people in the Olympics, framed jerseys, full size helmets. I think that's pretty cool, in my opinion. I really want a full size helmet. Like,
Yeah, it would be cool to have a bunch of helmets in the studio at some point.
bro.
What we can say about the live stream is RSA is a big sponsor of it. The live stream that we're excited about on Sunday nights. And we will be giving away jerseys on those live streams. We're pretty excited about it. But yeah, the link is in the chat. The code is in the chat. Click on the link. That helps. Obviously, if you buy something, use our code. That helps even more. Really appreciate you guys. This is what helps us keep giving away free stuff, pretty much.
Correct. Man.
Last thing I'll say is if you want to join our league, you know how to do that probably by now. There's a link that is pinned in the chat, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. It's also in the description of this video. We have redraft leagues. We have dynasty leagues. You can play in both with us. We're active in the leagues. We make trades. We draft with you. And we really, really care about them. If you want a league that you can count on, that is active, that is not, just stagnant and dead, then feel free to join ours. And it's also a way for you to support us. So big love.
Breaking news
Shout out
here.
to Jack, by the way. Jack, who did sign up to our Patreon this week, I think yesterday.
Dak Prescott could miss a few weeks with a shoulder injury, raising concerns for the Cowboys.
That's not good.
And there it goes. It happens.
I got to make a post about that.
Dak Prescott's shoulder is that definitely affects things. You know, how long is that shoulder going to be like that? Is that going to linger into the season? There's a lot of things that we can really
make a post for this on
Instagram. I'll talk to the community. I don't know if you guys want to. I don't know if you want to chill here for a little bit, but yeah, it brings a lot of concerns. Dak Prescott there, his shoulder. What's going to happen? Now he's not going to get reps back in. He's trying to get acclimated with that ankle injury again. Once again, you know, there's a lot of things that's going to happen now. It affects. If he doesn't start in the season, that affects CeeDee, that affects Amari, that affects Zeke. It affects everyone again. So hopefully he can come back, man. Sheesh. Noodle arm at the end of the year, maybe too. Dang. Yeah, look, it would suck. That would suck, man. It's interesting though. Dak Prescott, I'm just trying to find out some more information. Let me see if anyone else of our contacts kind of know that stuff. Hold on. JPA. No, that's all about it. I mean, they're probably just gonna rest it. Hopefully, it's not too crazy. Recent, I don't know if you know, guys, but the Giants released Kelvin Benjamin.
Wow. How did he get released?
But like apparently Kelvin, he's like talking all this crap about Joe Judge now. I have a perspective on Joe Judge. He's not a coach that can ever win a Super Bowl because he sits there and cusses all day. You can tell he's only a one side about everything. He knows it all. That's not how it's supposed to work. I mean, how many Super Bowl rings does my guy have though? It's mental for KB. That's funny.
I feel like you were excited for Kelvin, if I remember.
I wasn't excited. I just thought it was funny. I never thought he was gonna make the team.
Oh, okay, right.
Blaze? No. What are you doing? Chewing on freaking cords. What are you doing there? That's not okay. It's a
Damn it, Blake.
lactobacillus strain. Sean knows something about it. Do you know that strain? Is that a bad strain or straining you're throwing on? That's not okay there. So, Angel, I've been thinking on drafting Chargers defense since their new coach is Staley. Should I? What do you guys think? Look, it's been a while since we actually spoken about defenses. I do like the Chargers defense coming into the season. I like Staley because he came. Where did he come from? Wasn't the Saints? Hey, what are you doing? Stop it. Here, take this. Look, defenses are going to be a huge thing. I think we're going to be thinking about defenses, sleeper defenses, and stuff like that in the videos that are coming out. I don't want to give you a wrong answer right now because I haven't really looked into depth about it, but I know that Chargers for me is a good defense that you should pick up. Yes, Rams coordinator. Yeah, you're right. So, I don't want to give you a definite answer. All I can tell you is that I do like the Chargers because that is a huge part. I do like the Chargers offense because that is a huge part. I actually have a video of that. Me talking about the Chargers defense and how they're going to get better. So I think you should, if you can, take him. If you think they're a good team and you believe in them. What Zach and I like to do, we like to stream defense. I don't know if you know what that means, but streaming means that like it's all based on matchup throughout the week. So if, let's say the Chargers play the Jags, obviously the Jags were bad last year. You knew that they were going to get at least 12, 10 points. There's no doubt about it. But they played the Chiefs. You're not going to start them. So, Dak is my man. Yeah. Hopefully a couple of weeks rest is all that he needs. Someone just commented that, wow, that makes Hard Knocks boring. Bruh, that's so true. Hard Knocks.
Yep.
That's going to affect Hard Knocks. It's going to be all the thing. That's going to give us a little bit more of an understanding what that shoulder injury is and how that's going to be affected. Sorry if you hear this background noise. I gave Blaze a bottle because she was annoying and freaking chewing on stuff. So hopefully that's not really affecting it. But, look, I think we'll just leave it there. I don't know if you want to say anything, Zach.
I'm just making this post on Instagram.
Okay. All right.
I'm about to post this for everyone on Instagram.
Yeah, go to the IG if you don't know Fantasyland Football on Instagram. Check that out. Make sure you go follow us on there. Angel, I don't know if you know. Like you said, he put all the stuff in the description there. So, all love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Zach's about to post that. We have another mock draft and a video dropping. We have a video dropping tonight or tomorrow your time. Technically tonight for us. But we also have a mock draft next week, Monday night as well. So your time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all love y'all. I'll talk to y'all.